Welcome back once again to Bonita Media. My name is Bonfessor, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, before I go far, or before I talk about what I want to talk about, let me just remind you that if at all we are meeting for the first time, don't forget to take a minute, click the subscribe button. You can also like, you can share, and drop me a comment in the comment section telling me where you're watching this video from and how these videos are reaching. If you're within the country, you can tell me which part of the country are you in? Which county are you? You're in county 001, 002, 010, 047, 041, 030, any county that you are in. I'll be very glad to know. And also, if you are abroad, if you're outside the country of Kenya, you can drop me the flag of your country or the country where you are, so that at least I can know where you are, and I really appreciate you where you are. Thank you very much for those who are watching who are outside the country, those who are in Germany, those who are in Iraq. Thank you very much those who are in Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. I've really seen your flags, your messages. I really appreciate for your support. Now, getting back into discussion. Of course, we know very well that yesterday was Sunday, and we had the 62th Madaraka Day celebration which took place in Homa Bay County. And a lot of things happened. We saw how people were getting into the stadium at 9:30 p.m. That was on Saturday, simply because they wanted to sleep there to see Ruto and Raila'S the following day. And that thing made me ask myself a lot of questions. And I think I did that video. That video is just immediately after this, before this. I asked a lot of questions in that video. If at all you've not watched that video, you can watch it. But some of the questions that I was asking was this. Is it that people are so much lazy to a point that they can't find something to do? Or, some of these things that, okay, we might assume some of these things, but in reality, some things are spiritual. There are some things that are normally spiritual. We can't talk about this one. We can't talk about, I don't know, these things. Some of these things are normally spiritual. Like, you can't tell me that someone is going to fail to sleep simply because he wants to see a fellow human being. Raila'S, William Ruto, all these politicians are just human beings. You go to an extent of sacrificing something simply because you want to see them. Tell me if that is not either spiritual thing, witchcraft or something. It doesn't matter whether you're going to be paid 100 shillings, 200 shillings, 500, 1,000, 2,000. It doesn't matter. You need to ask yourself that before I do this thing, or before I'm going to, I'm going to see this person as who? And how long will I see this person? How long? Because this person doesn't even know you. You are really struggling to see this person. I don't know how to put it, but one thing I know is that we really need to style up. We really need. There is a need for us to really style up and find what to do. Raila'S was telling William Ruto something to do with forgiveness. Of course, we know very well during the prayers that which took place last week. William Ruto talked about forgiveness, and he said that Kenyans should forgive. They ask for forgiveness, but now Raila'S is trying to tell William Ruto that forgiveness is not enough. Which brings me to now the discussion of this video.
This is why I would like to here today on the National Day appeal to Parliament to implement what we had put in our agreement, that 450 billion shillings be allocated to counties in this coming budget. Finally, Your Excellency, you've had several challenges. We have had a lot of issues. 2 years ago, we were on the streets. And even last year, they were on the streets, the Gen Zs. I saw that during the prayer breakfast recently this week, there was apologies that were being made. The Speaker and yourself, which is wonderful, as a first step to reconciliation. But then there's the issue of people who are injured. Some people who died during that time. I want today to say that we should do compensation to families of those who died and those who are injured, so that we can have a closure to this chapter of our national history today. We want Kenyans to live in peace and in unity.
I have something like 3 questions to ask concerning that statement of Raila Odinga. Number 1, Raila Odinga has been working with William Ruto for a very long time. Why is it that these things is coming to tell William Ruto things to do with forgiveness in public? Or are they saying it maybe to make us happy, make us feel like Raila Odinga is with Kenyans, yet we know that Raila Odinga is not with Kenyans? Now, you are talking like it's not about forgiveness, compensation. My question is this: how are you going to compensate for the dead lives? No, Raila Odinga is saying that we're talking about compensation. How are you going to compensate for the people that died? Is William Ruto that very big magician that is going to raise the dead and then compensate them? Or what kind of compensation is Raila Odinga talking about? Another thing, sometimes you listen to the way these politicians think or the way they reason. This thing make you feel like, okay, now this is how these politicians reason. Like, you can kill simply because you want power, and then after killing, you come publicly and then you compensate them. So you can kill someone or some people and then get what you want. After killing them and getting what you want, you come and compensate them after killing them. What kind of shame is that? These people, before they speak about anything, they really need to ask themselves that this thing that are going to say, how is it going to affect a normal Kenyan citizen? How? Is it going to hurt someone or a lot of people? Because people died, people lost their lives, and then you are talking about compensation. You've been working with. In fact, you are. If you talk about compensation, then if you're one of the greatest people, they're supposed to compensate these people, because you gained from the death of the Gen Zs. That is naked truth. We have to accept that Raila Odinga is the main beneficiary of the Gen Z's demonstration. You and I know that. It is not. It has reached a point that we should just hit this thing on the head. Let us just speak the truth. Raila Odinga is the greatest person that gained from the Gen Z's demonstration, because after the Gen Z's were killed, he joined the government for the broad-based government, talking about peace. Okay, we thank God for peace. Furthermore, I don't even think whether people were struggling, people were in war. Kenyans were in war between them. It was Kenyans and the leaders. But now the main problems that Kenyans are undergoing right now is poverty, joblessness, and what Kenyans really want is accountability. Those are the things that Kenyans are suffering on right now. I've heard William Ruto talking about, William Ruto is still talking about empowerment.
As part of this financial empowerment program for those at the base of our economy, I am pleased to announce that in recognition of the immense potential of our young people, their critical role in the economy, and their capacity for creativity and innovation, the government of Kenya has partnered with the World Bank to roll out the 20 billion National Youth Opportunity Towards Advancement Project, commonly known as NYOTA. This initiative aims to empower over 800,000 young people aged between the ages of 18 and 29 years, and up to 35 years for those with disabilities, by enhancing their employability through skills, training, on-the-job experience, recognition of prior learning, and entrepreneurial development, and the promotion of a savings culture. The NYOTA project leverages the Hustler Fund platform and has already attracted over 1 million applicants for its business support component. This initiative targets at least 70 young people in every ward across Kenya, offering grant funding, business training, and market linkages. We have committed 5 billion Kenya shillings in grants to support 100,000 young people. Each will receive Kenya 50 shillings grant in seed capital to start their entrepreneurial journey by August this year. I am equally pleased to report to the nation that effective this week, we will commence the nationwide rollout of Climate Works, a bold and ambitious initiative aimed at engaging over 110,000 young people across the 47 counties in meaningful work that strengthens their nation's resilience, beginning with informal settlements. Launched last year in Nairobi, the program has recorded significant success and is now being expanded to the remaining 46 counties. Structured as a social protection program, Climate Works will engage youth to deliver vital public goods, including the construction of roads, the planting of trees, and the improvement of environmental sanitation within their localities. Through Climate Works, we are not just offering a paycheck for today. We are providing financial relief and a bridge to future opportunities, enabling young people to pursue their next steps, whether in launching a business, furthering their education, or stepping into long-term employment. So vijana wa Homa Bay, mujipange kuanzia next week. Ile ilikuwa inaitwa kazi mtaani, sasa itaanza Kenya mzima, na vijana 110,000 watapata nafasi ya kushiriki katika kazi hiyo.
You know, you wonder, sometimes you wonder what is wrong, what is going on with these people. How are these people taking Kenyans? They feel or they think that Kenyans can just be driven. You can just say anything and then make Kenyans feel like, okay, everything is fine. It is so much shameful. But one thing I know for sure is that it has reached a point that these guys should style up and realize that what they are doing for Kenyans, to Kenyans in fact, what they are doing to Kenyans is not right. It is so much, I felt pity, by the way. I felt, okay, Luos really embarrassed themselves. Because you find that you're going somewhere simply because you're going to see Raila Odinga. Who is this Raila Odinga in your life? Call him Baba. Someone who is enjoying his life. Imagine you are going to see someone who initially was not in government. And then after the death of some people who is talking about compensating them, joined the government. After joining the government, he's working so hard on how he can benefit from the same government. Raila Odinga have said that he's going to give land to build the affordable houses. Who is going to be the greatest beneficiary of these affordable houses is if not Raila Odinga? When William Samoei Ruto was in Iluo Nyanza for these days, do you know where William Ruto slept in? William Ruto slept in Raila Odinga's home. Imagine the celebration. Yesterday's Madaraka Day celebration was done where? Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay. All these things are just circulating under one person, Raila Odinga. And then you were there, you're talking about Raila, Marababa. You will keep on suffering while someone is benefiting from your own sweat. What you're supposed to get, you're not going to get it. Because someone is getting them. Someone whom you've been fighting for. And that is why I normally say that don't fight for Raila Odinga, because Raila Odinga doesn't want to be president. Suppose Raila Odinga wanted to be president, you could have been president a long time ago. But he didn't want to be president, that is why he has never. Simple. Raila Odinga has never been, I've never wanted to be president. That is why all these things are happening. Suppose he wanted to be president, he could have been. But what is it? What is happening right now? Things that we ought not even to think or to see. We are seeing them. Let me know what you think in the comment section concerning this thing. And until we meet again, I've been your host, Bondo. Bye-bye.